Do you see Billy in the chair?
Yep.
All right. Billy Horschel, congratulations and welcome to the interview room. You're now the WGC Dell Technologies Match Play Champion. Tell us how you feel to have won on one of the world's biggest stages.
It's amazing. I think I wish, when I think about it, I wish I would have, I think I would have, hopefully this happened sooner. But you just never know when you're going to win. You just never know when, you know, it's going to be your time. You just got to continue to work hard day in and day out, and that's what I do. And I get frustrated sometimes that I don't see the results I want, and I think that leads to inconsistent play. But this year I'm trying to have a little bit more, not so focused on the results, more or less the process, and hopefully the results come from that. And I've done a good job, but it's just nice to be a WC match play champion. I was close a month ago at concession. Colin played really well. It just wasn't my time, and today just happened to be my time.
What does a mentality take to win an event like this? Obviously, it's a unique format. It's long days, multiple rounds. How does a player like you get to the end in the final match?
I think you just got to understand it's going to be a roller coaster. You're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have swings in matches where you think you're going to win a hole and you wind up tying or losing the hole. But you just got to understand that the next hole is a new opportunity to win a hole or and improve your standing. So I've got the mentality that I'm never down and I'm never out until you tell me I can't play anymore. So I think that's a perfect mentality for match play. I'm a bulldog. I fight hard. I never give up, and I always think I can win. I always think there's a way I can get the job done, and I think that mentality just allows me to play well in match play.
We'll go ahead and open up to questions. We'll go to Doug Ferguson with the Associated Press.
I'm sorry, Billy. I'm in a state of shock right now. Did you just call yourself a bulldog?
I did. I was trying to figure out another reference, but
Well, that was
bulldog.
the one.
Yeah. So.
Congratulations. Otherwise, what was that? What was that like? I know the conditions were tough, but it was a real grind on. It was sloppy at times from an aesthetic standpoint. Was that hard to press ahead that way when it felt like you were hanging on for holes instead of being able to go out and win them?
You're exactly right. I mean, I think it wasn't pretty. I feel sorry for the fans watching the coverage because they didn't see any great golf shots, or very few of them at that. They saw a lot of sloppiness. They saw a lot of pars win holes, and I think I made a birdie, and I'm not sure if Scotty made a birdie.
You gave him one.
Oh, I gave him one. On two. Yeah. And so yeah, I mean, it wasn't pretty at all. But it was just one of those days where you just knew you just had to keep grinding out, try and give yourself the best opportunity to make easy pars, and hopefully that was going to get the job done. I didn't have my great stuff. I don't think Scotty had his great stuff either this afternoon. It may have been a different story. If Scotty was playing well, I may have had to try and press and find something more of myself to make some birdies, because it was just tough out here. But I was lucky that the two guys I played today didn't miss some putts that they probably make on a regular basis, and I made mine.
And secondly, Billy, I know how much you love this format. Did it surprise you at all that in your 4 previous appearances you didn't get out of group play, or you didn't get out of the elimination play? Did that gnaw on you a little bit? And does it make it this week feel that much more sweeter? Yeah,
it does. I've been in good position to get out of group play before. 2015, I was 2 up against Rory McIlroy. Whoever won our match was going to move on. Rory drained the 45-footer on 17 and birdied 18, and then he won 2 holes later. So that was an opportunity lost there. And I think 2 years ago there was an opportunity lost as well. I was up early on Jordan Spieth, I think maybe 4 up through 6 holes, and we wind up tying that match. And then I think I won my next match and had a win against Kevin Na. I think I lost. But I've had my opportunities. I just haven't finished off matches. I think there's certain times that I've been too focused in trying to play my opponent too much sometimes, and understanding, hey, when he's in trouble, you're just like, hey, I just want to hit the green and make a par, and you wind up not hitting a great golf shot. So I've been more or less just trying to focus on when I do have an opening, just still trying to hit the best golf shot I can to give myself the best opportunity to make a birdie, at worst an easy par.
Thanks,
Steph,
Billy. Well done.
we'll go to Rex Hoggard, Golf Channel.
Hey there, Bulldog. If you could just kind of take me back to, TA talked about last week, you were on vacation, you mentioned this, but he kind of brought up the point that you being a perfectionist, that may have freed you up this week, that you kind of showed us you clearly had to spend a lot of time practicing and maybe lowered your expectations or maybe gave you a little bit of patience. Would you agree with that?
I mean, he's pretty right. TA's not very wrong very often. I think this week I was more or less coming in just trying to have a good week of golf, play well, understand I didn't touch a club for 7 days, I didn't do any practice, just try and get in some type of rhythm, see where the game was, and so we can figure out what we need to work on next week at home before we go to Augusta. And I think I did a really good job of that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I showed up Thursday thinking, hey, I've got this figured out. I can, I'm swinging good, everything feels good, and I just had a bad mentality, and I played really bad because of that, and JT played good and beat me. So I just had to sort of check myself again Thursday night and came out with a much better attitude Friday morning. And the goal Friday morning was just try and play a great round of golf, play a solid round, whether I won or not. I just wanted to feel like I had some momentum going into my prep week before Augusta.
Do you feel like there's a lesson there?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the exact lesson. I mean, I can put a lot of words together to try and figure it out and make a short thing very long. But there is a lesson, and I'm sure I will be talking with my team, Todd, Horschel, and Brett McCabe about what that lesson is.
Thanks, Billy. Congratulations.
Thanks, Rex.
Shane Ryan, Golf Digest.
Hey, Billy. I've got the inevitable Ryder Cup question for you. In 2014, obviously, if the rules were what they are now, you probably would have made that team as a captain's pick. Here you are, a match play format of great success. Do you start to think maybe this is my chance to make a team?
I mean, I think coming this year, I felt like this was, I can't say the best was the year I was going to make the team, but I felt more or less that my game was finally coming in, and I was sort of cleaning up the edges around it and showing the talent that I have. And I think there's a lot of people in this game that understand that I've got a lot of talent and I've got the ability, but I just haven't put it together. And I think if you looked at some of the other formats, how I play in team events, what I've done at Zurich, I've had success there. I've had success playing the QBE shootout. So I feel like I'm a really good partner to pair up with a lot of people because I love that format. I love, having a teammate there. But I don't know. I mean, yeah, I want to make the Ryder Cup team. I mean, I'd be stupid to say I don't want to make the Ryder Cup team or not be aware of it. I mean, I feel like I should have been on Ryder Cup teams before, but that's my fault because I haven't done what I needed to do to take care of that. But maybe this is the year. I don't know. We're still, what are we, 6 months away from the Ryder Cup. So there's still a lot of golf left to be played, and we'll just have to see how the rest of the year plays out.
A real quick follow-up. Some people, if you ask them, would honestly say the Ryder Cup's not a huge priority for me. What about you?
It's been the number one priority. I don't put anything as number one. There's a top 5 priority, and it's always been one of my priorities that I wanted to make. I've played the Walker Cup team. I've played the Palmer Cup team. I've had successes in those format. I love playing for America. I love playing for USA. I love when people are pulling against me because I love to just put that needle into them to show them that, hey, you try and do everything you can to affect me and it's not happening. I've always said if I could play one Ryder Cup, if I made one Ryder Cup team, I would want to play in Europe just because that's just, I feed off of that. Not that I wouldn't feed off playing here in America, but like I said, whatever, if I do happen to make a Ryder Cup team in my career, I'll be happy because I feel like that's one check I can check off of what I wanted to accomplish in this game.
Thank you, Billy.
Thank you.
Ben Everill, PGA Tour.
Hey, Billy, well done, mate.
Hey, Ben.
Just hearing the goal to get on that team, I was wondering, what else is there? Like you just said, what you want to achieve in this game. You've got a FedEx Cup, you've got this, you want the Ryder Cup. Like, what are your goals to get out of the game?
You know, Mark Fuchs worked for me for a little bit at the end of last year as I was transitioning to trying to find a new caddy. And one of the tournaments, we rode together pretty much every day to the course, and he asked me, what are my goals in this game? What do I want to accomplish if, you know, to say, hey, I felt like I've had a good career. And I mean, they're lofty, but I said if I could win 5 more times on the PGA Tour, that would be my goal. If I could get the double-digit wins, and those 5 be 4 majors and the Players. You know, I've always felt like I want to be one of those guys that the few who have won a Grand Slam. I think I only have 1 top 5 in a major. So obviously, I sound ridiculous saying this, but I think I have that talent. I know I have that talent. I just haven't played well enough and done what I needed to do. But I mean, the goals would be to win all 4 majors, win a Players, and make a Ryder Cup and President's Cup team in my career. And I think the other thing I would love to do is I would love to be a captain of a President's Cup or Ryder Cup team down the line. I just love being part of a team. It's something that early on as a kid growing up, I don't think I enjoyed as much. But now as I've gotten older and you get to be around other people who want just as much as you, it's just a great fraternity to be a part of at that point.
Sweet. You forgot earlier the 2014 22-hole match against Jason, who went on to win this event, when you probably had him 3 or 4 up at 9, I think.
Yeah, I had him 4 up after 9 holes, and I forgot about that one. Yep. That was my first year playing match play, and I was playing really good, and I think that was, you know, you learn so much from match play. I had success in Walker Cup, I've had success in Palmer Cup, I've had some success in USAM, but there's so much you have to learn and so much ebbs and flows in matches that you have to build that experience or learn from that experience. And maybe I didn't do a good enough job over that in the past years of doing that. But I'm trying to learn from my mistakes in the past and bring them to the forefront now.
I think this is proof, mate, that you've learned from all those experiences. So well done.
Thank you.
Well, if there's no further questions, we'll let Billy go. Congratulations once again on your win this week at Austin Country Club.
Thank you.